Hey everyone, I'm really glad that you guys are here today. I hope you're doing well wherever you're at in the world. Today I'd like to talk to you about signs, inspired action, what we do when failures happen, doubts, fears. So before we get into that, I'd like to share with you that I do have a community that helps one another with their manifestation and bring each other together. You can access this community for free by checking out the description below. I'd love to see you guys there. Also, I'll be doing live group coaching as well there, and I'll be doing it bi-weekly. So I'll be sharing lots of manifestation tips, and we can help share and help each other grow. Also, if you're interested in high vibrational pendants with moldavite and Libyan glass with Herkimer diamonds, I do make jewelry. So if you're interested in a high vibrational pendant for yourself to help you with your manifestations, you can check that out as well. So I'd like to talk to you about signs first. And signs do not follow, they precede. Nothing really matters, circumstances or even the facts of your reality and even the signs. Taking signs is more of taking it as a confirmation that you are on the right path. It will also just give you signs knowing that your manifestation is close, that it is coming, that it is here now. From my understanding of signs and using the law of assumption, whatever we persist and put our mind to, that is what we're going to get. So if we're putting our attention and our focus on the sign itself, yes, we will get signs and more of those will appear in our reality. But will our manifestation appear? And that is a problem because we're putting more attention on the sign itself than the manifestation. So yes, you can ask your subconscious, ask your reality to show you a sign, and that's fine. Then you know that you are being listened to from your subconscious mind. So you are on that right path. But when we persist in having signs, let me just see one more sign, let me see one more sign, then we're in this loop of signs when we're not getting the manifestation itself. So we want to just be focused more on just living in the end, in the state desired, and being in that wish fulfilled. So when we do see signs and we're like, well, what do I do when it comes to inspired action? With inspired action, you can do nothing. You can't do anything about it. There's nothing you can do because the subconscious is the one that's going to make you do whatever it's necessary for you to obtain your desire. And it's going to bring that to you. But a lot of the cases when it does come to action or things happening is that crazy things do happen, bad things do happen. And we just can't allow that because we just got to remember that these bad things that happen sometimes have to in order to get the manifestation, but that's just from what I'm noticing. But sometimes it doesn't happen at all and you just get straight to whatever it is that you're getting. So the less we put attention to those bad things and ignoring the facts of reality, then those things are just a phase. It's going to pass. So we have nothing to worry about. Let those things pass. Your subconscious will do what's necessary in your reality to bring the thing to you. So when we say you can do nothing, that's absolutely how it works, is that it will come from somewhere and draw that into your reality and come to you. Another thing is just don't give up. A lot of times people tend to give up before their manifestation appears. And we need to persist nonstop on those desires. At the end of one of Neville's books, when failures happen, in that chapter, he says nothing about letting go. He says, are you persisting enough on your desire? Are you persisting enough? The only time really when you're just to allow it, to let it be, is when you know for a fact that you are living in the wish fulfilled. And he says that, if you are doing these things and you are still seeing failures, then I'm going to read just a quick little reference here of what Neville says. The time it takes your assumption to become fact, your desire to be fulfilled, is directly proportionate to the naturalness of your feeling of already being what you want to be, of already having what you desire. The fact that it does not feel natural to you to be what you imagine yourself to be is the secret of your failure. Regardless of your desire, regardless of how faithfully, intelligently you follow the law, if you do not feel natural about what you want to be, you will not be it. So if you don't feel natural of owning this new vehicle that you paid full in cash, you will not get it. The feeling of naturalness can only be achieved by persistently filling your consciousness and your mind with what you desire, with your imagination, through your thoughts of being what you want to be and what you desire. These are important things to remember when you are manifesting, is that a lot of us do get some type of fear, losing hope. The ego will come into place where these are all from our logical reasoning mind. We have to be aware of what's going on in our reality and put the thoughts that we do want and not entertain the reality that we're living in, entertaining the facts of reality. We ignore the facts and only live in our assumptions of what's in us, what is in our thoughts and our mind. And when you persist in this, eventually you will have that breakthrough. But I know that a lot of people tend to quit when they're close to their manifestation. We just got to remember that the darkest days will become the light at the end of the tunnel. Another thing I've noticed, that people will doubt you. There are haters, people that just don't get it, others that will just cause you doubt. And when we try to be excited about the things that we just learned, obviously we want to share that with people. But sometimes people aren't just ready for that information. We just have to learn to ignore others and their limiting beliefs. And sometimes I even get unsolicited advice. And I'm like, you know what? I really appreciate you. You're a cool person, but I cannot take any advice from you. Why? Because I live by the law of assumption. And if you don't understand that law, then I'm not going to take any word for what you say, because I've been working myself all the way up to this, just like you have. You've been building yourself up to where you're at today to level yourself down here to someone else's limiting beliefs. It's only going to take you back. Why bring yourself down? It's either they're going to match you or forget about it, right? So we have to learn not to just go out and share it with everybody, because we just know that some people aren't just on the path and they're just not going to get it. Even with Neville, when he was talking to his audience, they actually called him the crazy man on 48th Street, the crazy mystic on the 48th Street. People were telling each other in his city about this. Hey, you got to check out this crazy madman on 48th Street. He's a lunatic. He's crazy. He's totally out there. Those people would bring hundreds of people in there to try to test him, to try to heckle him. And he literally stood his ground. And in fact, a lot of them he was able to convert and then follow the truth. But sometimes when it comes to us and what we want, we need to stand firm in what we want and what we desire. And we have to sustain the wish fulfilled by staying in that consistently and not wavering from that. Another thing that I learned is that we have to just avoid things that don't make us feel good. Turn off the TV, watch only cool things on Netflix, but we need to avoid a lot of the things that we're noticing in our reality, like the economy and this and that, because that is an impression onto you, onto your subconscious mind, and then you impress that into your reality. So we have to manage what we are taking in as content, because there are times, and I'm not saying anything's bad with tarot, I like it, but there was a point in Joseph Murphy's book talking about it, that this man believed in this reading so much that he was going to die. He impressed his own subconscious mind with that belief. And in fact, I would just take whatever resonates with it, but you have to be careful of what you are impressing onto your own mind, because what you believe is true will harden into facts by this law. Are you getting value out of this and you don't want me to disappear into the ether? Then make sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button. And if you really do need help, I just started this community and it's brand new, we can all work together and talk about this on a platform where we can all help one another grow. So we just want to be around things that make us feel good, that make us happy, things that are in the same vibration as you, and especially with the same beliefs that you have. Now, I do get a lot of silly questions like immortality, not dying, or can I return back to a young person again? From my understanding, death is non-existent, and that comes from Alan Watts, is that we are all spiritual beings in a higher dimension, but now we are living on a 3D physical plane. So when we think of death in a literal sense, we are bound by the laws of nature. This is all laws that are already set in motion. We cannot do anything about the laws of the universe. We cannot control the nature of God. As we are God, we are creators of our own reality, and this is already science as well in the quantum world of who we actually are in this reality. We are that power to create the reality that we want. Now, we could slow down the physical process. I would say, why do I age so slowly? Why do I look so young no matter how old I get? Why do every day as I get older, I get younger and younger in my looks every single day? Why am I the most healthiest that can live past 100 years old? It's all about what we are persisting in our thoughts. And yes, we can slow that down. We can heal ourselves. We can do a lot of things with the subconscious mind. And those are the things that we can control on the 3D physical plane. But the natures of law, the laws of nature are already set in motion. We cannot change those. So when someone says, oh, can I have immortality? Well, technically, on a higher spiritual plane, we are always existing. And I think we are only here on this reality, on this physical plane to experience reality in the physical. So there has to be some kind of death physically in order to remember. And then we live thousands of lives probably, and it experiences itself over and over and over again and learning the lessons of life. So I would rather have 100 lives than have one immortality life. That what if you're doing bad in that life and you just never and you never figured it out, right? Then you're stuck, right? And what if there wasn't no law of assumption in that reality, and you and you just had to live as if, and you're just kind of like stuck. So these lessons in this life will pass on to the next, and you're just going to keep remembering yourself of who we are and what we are. And God, in that sense, they never speak of an image of a person in the Bible. They never spoke of what he looked like, but there's paintings everywhere. It is all philosophical. It is all just things of finding who we are and finding the power in ourselves. And that was what Neville figured out through that. Now, I wasn't really a Bible person, but I had to like read his stuff to kind of like decipher a lot of the meanings. But in reality, a lot of it was teaching that we are the power, that we are the creator of this reality, that what we assume is true. The things that bring into us sin is you not following your passions, following your life purpose. That is the sin. And it's just like it talks about the female and the male, or the Adam and the Eve. But really, when it comes to that, it's only talking about our mind, which is the conscious mind and the subconscious, the male and the female. The conscious mind is the logical reasoning mind. The subconscious is illogical. It can bring out anything it wants because it just takes in whatever you believe to be true and bring it out into your reality. So really, we are just here to experience reality, and that is you, your human imagination, your consciousness. There is nothing outside of that. You cannot get rid of awareness. So when we talk about death, consciousness will always exist, and consciousness is you. You are the I am. So the only way we can manifest is becoming the I am. And everything in this physical plane is all about transformation from becoming your physical body to becoming your higher self, to be that connected power to that high spiritual plane. And when we unite with that, then we become one with this reality and things become magical in it. So in the end, really here, there is only you in this reality that has this power. And if you allow someone else's power or someone else's beliefs or advice fall upon you and you believe those things, then that will impress onto your subconscious. We just have to allow ourselves, give us permission to take this power to become this new being, because everything is awareness and consciousness, and nothing is outside of that, and nothing is outside of you. Make sure to hit that like button. It does help get this out to others that really need this. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe. Really appreciate you. And do check out our community where we can join together and talk about manifestation. Till then, take care, guys, and I'll see you guys on the next one.